God damn it! God damn it. Hello, welcome. What an idiot. What an idiot. You can hear me now. I literally just had it muted. Chill, people. Chill. Just one button I forgot to click. There we go. It's done. So what I was saying was, I've got the stream up straight away after the Liverpool game. Hopefully it's okay. Internet's looking a bit shocking as normal. It should be fine now, right? Should be fine. The mic's so loud. The mic's no different to usual. I don't think. Let me have a look. Yeah, the mic's literally no different to normal. Yeah, how's it going? Welcome back to another Sunday stream. Can you hear me now? Yeah, lots of people with good scores. What was Seb's score I just saw? 82. That is massive. I'm all out on 50. Rubbish. 50. Awful. You know why? No Bruno Fernandes captain. And I want to talk about captain. Like, it's so important, and it's basically the thing between a good score and a bad score for me this week. If I captain Bruno, if I'd gone for Bruno instead of De Bruyne and captained him, which I would have done if I brought him in, I'd have a good score. I'd have 65-ish points, and it'd be fine. So, yeah, bit of a nightmare on that front. Captaincy I'll talk about a little bit in a minute when I bring up my team. Let's see, Mukesh 82 as well. Jack Bowles 60 with 2 to play. I'm 50 all out. Still 2 matches, so my rank has dropped quite a bit, which I'll show you in just a second. Matthew said 86 points with bench boost, not bad that. Anthony 40 with 2 to play. Similar situations to me, they're not great. Bruno Fernandes did the business. What did I say? I said Rashford could match Bruno if there was no penalties. What happens? There's a penalty. He's the penalty taker. Job done. There's no luck involved with the retake. Like, the keeper was off his line. That is the rules. Just stay on your line. Job done. It was a nice save, to be fair, but miles off the line. Miles in, not literally, of course. You look depressed. I'm not depressed. Why would I be depressed? It's a bad week, but I feel like I kind of got taught a lesson a little bit this week. In like all season so far, I've made sure I've had the best captain for that week, apart from this week. This is the only. I'll talk about it in a minute. I'll talk about my team, but yeah, a few thoughts about captaincy for sure. 67 done, 132 is Zaha left. I feel like that's not necessarily true. Fluky. United. I mean, the penalty wasn't a fluke, right? The penalty, I mean, apparently there were some fouls in the build-up. I need to go back and see that because I don't remember it at the time, but apparently there was. But the penalty was fair. Man United's penalty was correctly given. What was incorrect was, I feel like the West Brom one should have probably been given too. I know that, I don't agree with that he got the ball. I mean, he slightly touched the ball. He didn't get the ball. So I think West Brom should have had a penalty before. And yeah, obviously Vardy, I mean, I've seen a few knee-jerks as well. Like, I've seen people now saying, is Vardy still worth it? Like, it's crazy. Like, Vardy was not a good choice this week because of Liverpool. It's one of the reasons I didn't want to bring him in. Bam, next week he's got Fulham. I'd happily have him in my team next week. So, there's quite a bit of knee-jerking going on, I think. So when we got all the scores out of the way in the chat, everyone posting their scores, we'll do some questions. Robertson Masterclass. Why? Of course, Man United was a penalty. He stopped it with his hand. Like, that was 100%. That was 100% a penalty. Like, there's no doubt about it at all. And of course, the West Brom was probably a penalty too. And I get the like idea. Like, if West Brom score that penalty, it's a different game. But it doesn't mean Man United wouldn't have scored. I mean, ultimately, Man United were the better team. So the result was probably fair. But yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, how many saves did the keeper have to make? Like, Man United were all over him. So there's no bias there. Man United were just the better team. But West Brom should have had a penalty. And maybe that would have changed the game entirely, but I doubt it. 74 is Zaha left. Everton should have scored 5 or 6. So Fulham could have scored more as well. Fulham scored 2. Didn't even score their penalty. Should we talk about Jota? We probably should. I've taken. Seb says, "Who's bringing Mo straight back in?" I probably am, to be honest. Let me just bring my team up, right? I think I've left it long enough for people to get in here. and then we can just get going. Gorav already in with a question. Why am I speaking like that, like an idiot? Vardy and De Bruyne in for Kane and Rashford -4. Or B, Vardy in for Bamford. Vardy in, Bamford out for free and hold Kane. Why don't you just do Kane to Vardy for free and just leave Rashford? I think if you get Vardy, you definitely get him. I mean, for me, it wasn't knee-jerk taking Salah out at all. I think it was a calculated risk. We still don't know if he's back for Brighton. I mean, there's all these reports he's tested negative. Liverpool haven't said a thing. We don't know if he's fit, if he's available to play. So I think it was a calculated risk. I had 2 free transfers, so I can easily get him back. And all I've done is brought Kevin De Bruyne in a week early. I mean, the mistake was obviously not getting Fernandez, but I don't think you can blanket say that getting rid of Salah was knee-jerk whatsoever. To be honest. Okay, team. Boom. So I think my rank's roughly right. I've dropped from 184k down to 240k. So it's not 55,000 places. Quite a lot. It sucks, but it could have been a lot worse, I think. Could have been a lot worse. Thomas, next week big for Captaincy. Many will punt on Salah when he might not be fully fit. Fernandez looks good again. Would you trust Vardy or City? I think Vardy's better than Man City next week. Man City could go big against Burnley. They have done plenty of times before. But if I had to pick one or the other, like De Bruyne, Sterling or Vardy, or Aguero, I guess, or Jesus, I would go... Why is that cut off the page? There we go. I would go Vardy, for sure. Fulham. Job done. The rank will go down tomorrow. That's why it's got an asterisk next to it. I think tomorrow, for my rank not to be too bad, I need Wolves and Southampton to score, and it not to be Jimenez or Kyle Walker-Peters, something like that. If it's a 1-1 with like even if Che Adams scored, it wouldn't affect the rank that much. So yeah, 55k drop. It's going to be a bit more tomorrow. I could be another 10 or 20k down tomorrow, I think. Leicester defence does the next 3. I'm not sure what the question is. If you're asking, are Leicester defence good for the next 3? I think they're good, yeah. Definitely. Okay, where do we start? Where do we want to start? Because I'm seeing some things I disagree with, and I want to talk about them. So this is my team. Okay, let me quickly go through my team, I guess. Calvert-Lewin, absolute legend. I probably never made a better call than Calvert-Lewin in game week 1. The guy has been ridiculous. I mean, for all the talk about how good Kane is, right? He's been great this season. I keep seeing people say he's the highest scorer forward. I get that, but most of his points came in the first 5 weeks. You ain't getting them back now. I can't go and get them again. If you put it into perspective, right? I watched the Man City game and I said to myself, how can I get rid of Kane and Son? And this morning I woke up, I was like, Kane got 4 points. Who cares? 4 points is nothing, right? That's only 2 more than Maupay, right? And he hasn't got a double-digit haul in any of the last 4 game weeks. Like, who? This is still like okay returns. It's still, I think it's 6 points per match on average. But who cares about that for 11 million, right? And if anything, the Man City game was probably the easiest. Chelsea and Arsenal aren't going to attack Spurs and let them play how they did. And Liverpool have just shown how good they still are. So I'm still pretty tempted to get rid of Kane. I can talk about my transfer plans soon, but I am probably getting rid of him this week. Kane, maybe not Son. That's going to depend on which route I go. Chilwell, great. Obviously, want to keep him. Lamptey, frustrating. Like, a few people said to play Reguilon, but to be fair, no one was telling. Like, there's a few things that are interesting, right? And this is why like 1 week things don't necessarily work out. Like, a lot of people said, or not a lot, but some people said to play Reguilon, but it was instead of Dallas, not instead of Lamptey. So I'm not really bothered about benching Reguilon, to be completely honest. Grealish, I mean, this Brighton Villa game was rubbish for me. Martinez, Lamptey, Grealish, and Maupay was awful. But again, I kept Maupay, so everyone will give me grief for that, which is fine. But everyone also said to get Watkins, and Watkins blanked as well. So I've saved the transfer, and now I've got a bit more flexibility. And I tell you now, I don't know if I'd bring Watkins in this week either. I might just go straight to Bamford, to be completely honest. So, or maybe even Antonio if he's fit. So I'm not too bothered. I mean, Maupay's frustrating. Like, he should have scored. He had some good chances. There's one where he just, why didn't he go around the keeper? So frustrating. De Bruyne was obviously the biggest mistake. And I want to talk about that because I got De Bruyne as a longer term plan. I don't want to beat myself too much because Rashford did play, which I thought he would. And I still think he was a good choice. And he should have scored as well, right? And if he scores, I'm not too worried about my score, right? And Fernandez would have had 3 more points. But every week so far this season, I've had the player which I think was the best captain option. And this is the only week I haven't so far, and it was Bruno Fernandes. I said millions of times on the deadline stream, if your question is who to captain and you've got Bruno Fernandes, he is the answer. So next week, the 2 best captains for me, I've got De Bruyne against Burnley, but the 2 best captains are Salah if he's fit, or Jamie Vardy. And I don't own over, so I might have to rectify that. So overall, pretty happy. I mean, I got to be honest, I was quite confident about a clean sheet for Dallas because Arsenal's attack has been that bad. And he was so attacking. He could have had attacking returns as well. The amount of times he was in the box was interesting. So there's a few knee-jerks I want to talk about, right? So, 1, Jack Grealish being poor. I mean, he's just played 3 times for England over the international break. A lot of players maybe played twice or once or just didn't play at all. He's had to go and play 3 times for England. I think he started 3 times, didn't he? The second one, like Jamie Vardy now being a bad option, like he just played the best team in the league and didn't score. He's about to play one of the worst teams in the league. Jamie Vardy's still a perfectly good option for next week and probably the best captain option. And Spurs being good, I would say they played that game very well from a footballing point of view. I would say Man City still played really well as well and were unlucky not to score. I wouldn't come away from that Spurs-Man City match thinking that Spurs are massively superior to Man City. That's just my opinion. I think City were very unlucky not to score. And yeah, Kane and Son played really well. On the break, on the counter, they were extremely good. I just don't think they're necessarily going to have that. I think Man City want to attack. Like I said just a minute ago, I don't think Chelsea and Arsenal do. So, yeah, I'm still thinking about getting rid. I'll see. The big news is, which I announced in the Patreon Slack channel earlier, is I might get rid of Maupay this week. I might get rid of Maupay. 3 bonus points for Dallas without that yellow. Yeah, frustrating. He was so far forward. I'm not doubting Spurs. Like, I hate this. I hate this narrative that you're doubting Spurs. Spurs will score. Son and Kane will get goals. I'm just betting on another team or another set of players getting more goals. Like, honestly, you watch that game, City, I agree, right, with that comment in the chat. I think City were the better team. Now, the better teams might maybe not the right way to say it, but Spurs basically played on the counter, which is fine, right? It's a perfectly viable tactic. But to come away with 2 goals and City to get nothing, I don't think that's necessarily how the match went. But that's just me. Please don't start with all that Bruno rubbish. Like, that's been blown so far out of proportion by Twitter to the point where the only people complaining are the people that own Bruno. No one else is even talking about it anymore. Would you get a Man City defender or an attacker first? I think it depends. You're doubting their ability to score? No. I'm not doubting their ability to score. I am betting on another team scoring more. There's a big difference. You told me Welbeck was essential. To be fair, Welbeck looked really good, and that finish was decent. The game went exactly as Jose wanted it to. Yeah, absolutely. It did. City, 3% shot conversion. Yeah, they created chances. I think that's encouraging. And I don't think a game against Spurs would put me off bringing them in for their fixtures. I still got to decide whether to go for the double up, though, De Bruyne and Sterling. That is a little bit different now, maybe. But I'm still thinking about going for it, to be honest, and seeing what happens. De Bruyne was unlucky not to score when Jesus blocked him, didn't he? That was a bit crazy. Boy, but you got 28 points. Ouch. Unless that was from captain, then in that case that's decent. I'm not bringing Welbeck in. Absolutely no chance. Is this? Oh, no. No chance am I bringing Welbeck in. Am I finally going to bring in Watkins? Maybe not. But the thing is, you say it like that. This is why this is why it's so frustrating. You say it like that as if it was so stupid not to bring in Watkins last week. Watkins blanked, right? You can't give me grief for not bringing in Watkins. He blanked last week. Unlucky not to get a Dallas goal. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I screenshotted and put it on Twitter. Like, he was in the box so often. So good. Bellerin 9-pointer. Yeah, look, Arsenal were lucky. Leeds should have scored. That's a lucky clean sheet. I'm saying it now. Like, Arsenal are so bad going forward. What has Arteta done to them? Aubameyang should be banging them in. And to be fair, they could have scored near the end. I thought for the last kind of 5-10 minutes it might actually be Arsenal that scored, but obviously they went down to 10 men, which didn't help. But even before that, it's not good. Watkins is only good against big teams. Yeah, I mean, he scored a few goals against Liverpool and Arsenal, but I would still. He had some really good chances against Brighton. It was only for a very, very good tackle from Ben White that he didn't score. Why did you put up with Maupay for so long? Because I just had other stuff to do. I don't want to talk about Maupay, honestly. Like, it's point. Like, I've just got other stuff to do. Like, the key thing for me pre-season was when I was on a video with Late Rise and he said, no one thinks about your team as much as you do. And that's it. I've been thinking about my team a lot, which transfers I want to make, the big moves for captaincy. And Maupay's not been part of that. Like, it's not been a big issue for me. And like I said, if I bought in Watkins last week, I'd still have 2 points and I'd have one less transfer this week, right? Luka Dean back? Nah. I mean, Everton cannot keep clean sheets. I know we got 2 assists, but come on, clean sheets are still the one. Everton have conceded 2+ goals in the last 6 games. Absolutely ridiculous. By the way, Liverpool have now kept the same number of clean sheets this season by game week 9 as they did by game week 15 last season. So they're already equal, and they've still got 6 games to go, and they've definitely got the fixtures to get more. So Robertson looks good. Robertson's not a pro. I'm not getting Robertson in though. No. I was away because my phone rang. I take it you spent that entire time telling people to buy a Jota. I did not. I did not. What might be the ideal time to get Salah back? Yeah, this is honestly Maupay. I don't want to talk about him. You've paid by keeping Maupay. I literally haven't. I literally have not paid by having him at all. Should I cancel the plan to bring in De Bruyne for Son? Well, why? What's putting you off getting De Bruyne would be the question. Why are you not getting Robertson in with those clean sheets? That's what, 2 clean sheets in 9 games. They also just get their first clean sheet since July. Wait, that can't be right. They've literally already had one this season. And the season started in September. Cameron, thoughts on Barnes, Maddison for the next few weeks? Nah. I know the fixtures are good, but I wouldn't touch Leicester apart from maybe a defender if you really want one in the short term, but I doubt it. And Vardy. I wouldn't touch Maddison and Barnes. Like, they could do okay. The fixtures, obviously, if the fixtures are good for Vardy, they're good for the other 2. But it's got to be better options than those 2, especially Maddison. Like, Barnes doesn't necessarily always play, and Maddison, just not having it. Oh, home clean sheet. All right, fair enough. I said that though, didn't I? I said that on the captaincy video. I had no interest in captaining Jamie Vardy like this week. No interest at all because. I literally said Liverpool could have a defence of Milner, Fabinho, Matip, and Robertson, and that's pretty solid, right? It's an experienced backline, good players. Like Milner and Fabinho might be defenders, but they've both played full back and centre back before. So Liverpool is still a great team. I know they're missing some players, but they're still one of the best teams in the league, if not the best. So yeah, I if you've got Robertson and you want to keep him, go for it. And I think getting Salah back, I think Salah's going to be absolutely fine. Are you going to swap Grealish or keep? Again, the question would be, why would I get rid of Grealish? Or why are you thinking of getting rid of Grealish? This is the team for next week, by the way. Am I angry? No, I don't think so. Just had a homemade scone before I came on. I didn't make it, but it was made in this house. So it counts. Where was Ziyech? Are you concerned about having no Chelsea attacking cover? I mean, Ziyech is fine. I'm never going to captain him. Where do I fit him in? There's my problem. I can't fit Ziyech in. I'm not too worried. Like, at the end of the day, Newcastle was probably their best fixture for the next kind of 3 or 4 games. And Ziyech blanked and Werner got 1 assist. So I still think Werner's a good option. But I'm not worried about not having him. Can't have him all, right? You sound more angry. I don't know how to change. How do I change my tone? This is how I normally speak. George, how's it going? Any plans to get Liverpool assets for the next game? If yes, then who? What about Vardy or Rodriguez the next few fixtures? James Rodriguez, I think it's okay for the next couple. Vardy, yeah, definitely. I love him. Jota is such an annoying player at that price. Grealish and Ziyech, the standouts, but they're standouts, I guess it is, but they're decent. Yeah, I mean, let's talk about Jota, because people have asked him a lot. Sebastian, thanks very much, by the way. A lot of people have kind of talked about Jota. For me, if he keeps playing, he's going to be a bargain. He's the same as Foden, right? If he keeps playing, he's going to be a bargain. I don't know if there's less chance of Jota being benched than Foden. I don't know if there is. I know you want to talk about Maupay. I'd love to talk about Maupay. I mean, I'm probably going to get rid this week. I'll talk about my transfers soon. Yeah, Jota. I mean, as messaged me on WhatsApp, and he said after Jota scored, he literally said, let me read it. He said, Jota is the same price as Maupay, and then put down an upside down face emoji. So yeah, there is that to kind of consider. The thing for me is, right, okay, let me see. This was my original plan, right, for Game Week 12. So let's just say I do this. I don't know if I'm going to. I'll speak about my transfer plans in a sec, which I've said like a million times now. So where is he? Let's say I put Sterling in. Right? I know no one's going to like that because Man City didn't beat Spurs, but fixtures coming up are good. Salah. Okay, so let's say I would do this, right? Let's say this is my plan for Game Week 12, okay? Let's say this is my plan for Game Week 12. Where does Jota fit? Now, the one thing I could do is go 5 in midfield, like this. So this is possible. And obviously you put Brewster in this slot, and you have double Liverpool. And to be fair, as pointed out in the Patreon Slack earlier by Business Cat, I'm talking a lot about the Man City fixtures, but the Liverpool fixtures are good as well, which is why I'm looking to rotate Salah and Sterling or Salah and De Bruyne as captains. So Brighton's good, Fulham's good, Palace is okay, West Brom's good, Newcastle's good, Burnley, Southampton, all good fixtures here. But like, if he doesn't play, that's pretty annoying, I guess, right? So this is something I've considered, 5 in midfield. It also adds extra transfers in, converting forwards into midfielders. And once you do it, obviously then costs more to do it back. So it's probably going to put me off doing that, I think. Another way, like for this team, is this week, for example, I could do Salah and Jota in and get Salah back that way and still keep Kane. So there's that as well. Liverpool will surely have to play 4-3-3 and not 4-2-1-3 with their defensive headaches, which means Jota will be... Yeah, Jota is a rotation risk. Like, there's no doubt about it. When Salah's back, Jota is a rotation risk. It's just how much rotation will there be? So there's this option as well. I can actually do that. Yeah, sorry, yeah. And I still have to... Obviously, I could change Maupay, I guess, but... Guerrero. I don't know how... Guerrero was in the squad, but he didn't play. So Jota's an option, right? But realistically, I'm probably not going to get him. I think it's exactly the same as Foden. If he plays, he's a bargain, right? So you just have to decide, 1, how many minutes you think he's going to play, and 2, whether you can cope when he doesn't. Because I've said this a million times in the past. Like, FPL, of course, is all about getting the best players in with the most points, but there's also a psychological aspect, and a lot of people can't take it when things go badly, and buying a player that's not going to play, or sorry, at some point will not start, that affects a lot of people. So you have to take that into account, I think. Jota is more nailed on than Foden. I probably would agree with that to a certain extent, yes. It doesn't, but he's not nailed on still, right? Just being more nailed on than Foden. I mean, I'm almost more nailed on than Foden is, you know? That's how little he plays right now. Do I think it's time to get rid of Rashford? I mean, I don't think he's one of those players right now. I don't think it's must keep. I think if you've got other stuff to do, there's no harm in holding him. I might have a big decision this week where I have to get rid of Rashford or Son. And I tell you now, Rashford's not the one I'm thinking of getting rid. I'm thinking of keeping Rashford instead of Son. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if I do that. William, how are you doing? Hope you're okay. I am okay. Is Antonio and Bamford up top in a 3-5-2 too cheap? I don't think so, to be honest. I mean, even if you went to you don't have Calvert-Lewin for a start. He does have some tricky fixtures coming up, but I don't know about leaving him out. But fair enough. Let's say you do. I mean, after Calvert-Lewin, right? It's 6.1 or 6.5. What's the difference before you go up to a Werner anyway? So I don't think it's too much of an issue. Rashford had a chat with Fergie today. Fergie, come back. Why is Lamptey your first choice substitute? I mean, I literally haven't changed it, and also it doesn't matter, to be honest. Talk about how awesome Calvert-Lewin is. He is an absolute legend. 10 goals already. Who am I planning to replace Maupay with? I tell you now, it's a real tricky one because Watkins still has the fixtures and he's on penalties. But Bamford just gets chances in every single match. And Leeds are about to play Everton. And Everton, like I've said a million times now, have conceded 2+ goals in each of the last 6 fixtures. I think it's 6 game weeks now, 5 or 6 game weeks. And that's crazy. I think it is between those two. Antonio's annoying because even if Moyes said he was fit, how much do I trust that when he hasn't played any minutes yet? So I think that would probably put me off buying him, although he is playing Villa at home, which is decent enough. So it probably is between Bamford and Watkins. Potentially Callum Wilson. But again, he didn't play at the weekend, so he'd maybe worry me a little bit. Is Calvert-Lewin a must-have? No, I wouldn't say must-have, but he's extremely good. The fixtures are about to turn for Everton. I feel like maybe if you missed Fulham, maybe you've missed out a little bit now at this point. It depends how much work you have to do to to kind of switch or get him in. Sorry. Bamford has a great away record. Let's just quickly have a look at this away record, right? Who have they played away though? That's the thing. I'm not really worried about away records or home records. I'm more worried about who he's played. So away, Liverpool. I mean, to be fair, that was a weird game. Goal against Sheffield United, Aston Villa, good fixture. Crystal Palace, pretty good fixture. So he's basically scored in all their away games, but they've all been pretty good fixtures apart from Liverpool. Next to it, I mean, Chelsea's difficult. And Man United is difficult. Although the way Leeds play, I feel like they might take it to us and that will cause us problems. But potentially Man United and Chelsea are difficult. Everton will be fine. And then I don't really care about away form. These 2 fixtures are fine too. Burnley, West Brom's okay. I don't know. I feel like he's just getting so many chances. I'd be tempted just to get him instead of Watkins, but we'll see. Anand, thanks very much. Salah, Trossard out. Bruno, captain, Jota in. 2 free transfers work. Very nice. Bruno, captain, and Jota in. You must be feeling great about them. That is some cracking transfers. Just before I do any more questions, let me just talk about my transfers, because a few people asked me what I was looking to do. So this is the team as it stands, right? So I've got a few problems-ish. I'm not bothered about Chilwell because I'm just going to play him every week. But obviously he plays Spurs and Reguilon plays Chelsea. There was part of me last night that was, or was it yesterday? Yeah, they played yesterday, didn't they? That was thinking maybe I'll just keep Reguilon. Did you know in their last 4 matches, so obviously Reguilon missed this one, but it would actually have been better for him to have played it because they got a clean sheet. In the last 4 matches for Reguilon, the last 4 matches for Kane, Reguilon only has 4 less points. So in the last 4 matches, Reguilon's got 20 points, Kane's got 24. So does that mean Kane's not as good as we think, or does it mean Reguilon's amazing? Either way, I did half think about keeping him because I kind of told myself Arsenal can't attack. So Chelsea's hard. But Arsenal can't attack. Palace is fine for a defence. Liverpool's difficult. Leicester and Wolves, Fulham, Leeds, Villa, Sheffield United. This could be okay. So I'm starting to tell myself, do I need to absolutely must sell him? Maybe not. And then Dallas against Everton. While I do think Leeds can score in that game, I also think they'll probably concede. So my defence is not looking good this week. And even if Lamptey was able to play, it's Liverpool, right? I'll come back to those super chats in a sec. I want to get, because I always start talking about my team when people ask me questions, then I lose track. So I'm a little bit concerned about my defense to the point where I'm thinking about taking a hit. So these are the rough plans in my head. So let's say I want to get Salah back. So Kane would have to go. Sorry, Kane. Kane would have to go. Bamford would come in. And then Son would probably go as well. And I would get Salah back. And I would captain him. Now, I do think Vardy's the best, but I do think Salah's pretty damn good as well. So, and the reason I would do this instead of going Vardy is because it's just less transfers, because I do want Salah back. So I could do that for free, because I got 2 free transfers, and then either I could get Cancelo in for Reguilon if I want to do that, or Diaz maybe, or I could just get rid of Maupay because he's got Liverpool and play and get Watkins as well, and just take a hit and just keep Reguilon for another week. So I could do that. That's one thing on my mind. I've got Salah in, and then I can do Rashford to Sterling. By the way, one thing we talked about in the Patreon Slack is I could do Rashford to Sterling, or I could do Rashford to Mane and actually double up on Liverpool mids instead of Man City, which is something I would consider too. But I'll worry about that another time. So that's one consideration, right? Let me see what people are saying about this. I'm trying to focus, yeah. So that's one way of doing it, right? The other way is get Vardy in this week. So get Vardy in. Still get rid of more pay for Bamford. Let's just say Bamford. So get Vardy and get Bamford in. Maybe keep Rashford and Son for now. That only gives me 1.9, so you can't go up to... I can't go up to Salah. So that means in game week 11... Sorry, I'm losing track now. In game week 11, if I save a transfer, then in game week 12, I can get Salah back by doing a triple move. So Vardy, Rashford... So basically, in game week 11, I wouldn't necessarily make a move. And then in game week 12, I would take a hit. One hit because I would have saved the transfer. And then basically put those same players back in. So Watkins... this takes ages every time. Salah and Sterling, or Mane or Sterling, right? So basically it cost me an extra hit, I guess, to do it this way. But it means I get Vardy for game week 11, game week 10 against Fulham. But it also means this is what I'm saying when no one thinks about your team as much as you do, right? You've probably lost track, but in my head it's here. If I go the other way, so let's say I get Salah straight back. Salah in Salah. Where art thou, Salah? Let's say I get Salah in, right? In game week 11, when City play Fulham, I could get Sterling in. Whereas if I do it the other way, I can't get the double City mid for Fulham. Now, I don't think it's the end of the world, but it is something that's on my mind. I like your second plan better, but transfers down the road are bound to change. Yeah, exactly. Almost certainly. But yeah, either way, I think I'm going to change more pay. If I go the Salah route, I'm not changing Reguilon until maybe for a hit in game week 11. I don't know. My only worry with this way is I'm not changing. I've got to either change Reguilon or more pay. If I go the other way, I change it straight away. So it's confusing. I'm even just confused myself. But that is kind of what I'm thinking. I think for the first time, you're all over the place. I don't think I am. Like, it's just trying to explain it is probably, yeah. The FPL app is so much better for planning ahead. It's in my head, right? Basically, it's Vardy for Fulham. There's Sterling for Fulham in game week 11, or there's Salah, and I want Salah for game week 12. What can you do by taking out Kane, Son, Rashford, and bringing in Salah and Vardy? I'd have to get Jota, basically. That's what I showed. I think I showed this before. Excuse me. Vardy, Salah. About 7 million left. 8.2. I can actually get Ziyech, but I'm not going to do that. The only thing with this is I still have more pay and I still have Reguilon for this week. So I think there's maybe better ways I can play that. Why would you double on the blunt City attack? Sonado is fixture proof. Let's see. Is he fixture proof? 1 point against Newcastle, 2 points against Everton, 2 points against Brighton, 3 points against West Brom. So he's fixture proof, but he can't score against West Brom or Brighton. Brighton, good fixtures, game week 13, 17. Maupay to Welbeck, decent money. How much is Welbeck? I'm not getting Welbeck, by the way. There's absolutely no way. 5.5 is not happening. No way am I getting Welbeck. But it's boiling in this hoodie. Absolutely boiling in this hoodie. I think double Man City would be a mistake. I think Vardy and one Man City would be better. City have good fixtures, but so does Vardy. The thing is, though, Vardy's really good fixture is this week. Game week 11. No, game week 10. Like, Sheffield United away and Brighton at home are okay too, but Sterling against Fulham at home. But then, to be fair, he does have Man United in game week 12. So, yeah, maybe I'll wait. Okay, yeah, that's a great question. Will Salah be back next week? No idea. Absolutely no idea. So this all changes. If Salah's not back, I just get Vardy, 100%. I get Vardy this week. Change Maupay and change Reguilon probably. Yeah, I don't know. And then I'll leave Salah till game week 12. I really don't know on Salah. Apparently he's tested negative. There's absolutely no confirmation of that at all. And what would really be, for anyone that's looking to bring him back, what would be really good is if he played in the Champions League. Basically, that would be good. Would you, if I donate £100, would you bring in Welbeck? Definitely not. Definitely not. Sorry, I'd love that money, but there's no way I can bring in Welbeck. I was impressed with Diaz's goal threat. Should have scored at the end. Can't decide on him. I mean, he's the safer pick. I might still go that way, but Cancelo is much more interesting, I think. Much more interesting. Dun dun dun. You seem lost. I'm genuinely lost. I actually feel quite calm about it because I know I'm going to go one or two ways. It just depends whether I want Salah back or not. Sorry, I definitely want Salah back. It just depends when I get him back. I mean, the only reason I've got two plans is because I don't know if Salah's back yet. But I'm pretty much going down the Salah route, I think. But Vardy against Fulham is pretty damn interesting, I think. Would you get Robertson back? I don't think I haven't owned Robertson, but no, I'm not looking to get him back. It's too much fussing with money to get him back at this point. To put him in at this point. Klopp might not start Salah because it's Brighton, and I doubt he'll start in the Champions League even if he's fit. Maybe, yeah. I'm going to have to wait. Like, I'm not making any early moves, that's for sure. No, I've got no one playing tomorrow. If you had Mane, would you rush to get Salah in? Maybe not, because I could just captain him, I guess. Would you double up with having Mane and Salah in game week 12? I mean, I don't see why not. Like I said earlier, if I'm thinking about double City mids, why not double Liverpool? Like game week 12, they got Fulham. Then it's the main reason I prefer double City mids to Liverpool is because I'd be doing it quite early. Like if you go for Liverpool, yeah, okay, you get Fulham, but around that you get Palace, Spurs, and Wolves. Whereas with City, you get them in this week or next. You get Fulham, West Brom, then Southampton, Newcastle. The fixtures are just better in the short term for City, slightly, not massively. But that's one reason I looked at double City mids. But yeah, Mane's a perfectly good option too. Would you disagree with getting Trent back? I would when he's injured, yeah. And Klopp has said it could be a little bit longer than they first said as well. So keep an eye on that. You surely can't get rid of Kane and Son. Why not? Why? Why can't you get rid of Kane and Son? Let's see how many points they got in the last. I mean, Son, to be fair, has been great in the last few. 21, 26 points in the last 4. 6.5 points to go. Oh my god. I'm yawning already. That's not a good sign. How have I got 2 free transfers? I already had 2 free transfers, so I just rolled one. Kilman against Arsenal away or Dallas against Everton away. I mean, Arsenal's definitely the easier fixture from a defensive point of view. With Dallas, it's quite attacking. But I think Everton got more chance of scoring against Leeds than Arsenal do against Wolves. So I'd probably play Kilman, to be honest. Pretty close, though. Kane's record in London derbies is very good. Sure, I'm not disagreeing. Like that's going to be that stat will be paddled out quite a bit over the next couple of weeks. Werner to Vardy, is it a trap? Saving the free transfer seems useful. Depends who you've got to captain this week, I think. Like if you haven't got a good captain option, then Vardy is decent. After how poor Leicester were today, you're still confident on captaining Vardy next week? I would if I had him. Right, yeah, it would make no difference to me basically. If I had Vardy, 100% I'd be captaining him this week. Like he's just played Liverpool. Like it's Liverpool have Leicester played bad or have they just played Liverpool? How was the PS5 going? Well, I basically spent a few hours playing The Last of Us 2 today, and that's it. That's not even a PS5 game. So thirsty tonight. Oh. Rip to the... Oh, super chat. Sorry. My bad. Okay, sorry. Let me have a look at the super chats that I missed while I was chatting. Thoughts on Zaha to De Bruyne? Like it. Although, what are Palace's fixtures like? I know they've been good recently, but I think they're about to end, right? But I mean, De Bruyne is definitely much better. Burnley away, Newcastle home, West Brom away. Oh, they're still quite... Obviously, Burnley's happening tomorrow. Newcastle home, West Brom away. But it's Burnley at home, Fulham at home for De Bruyne. I mean, I prefer De Bruyne. I don't like Zaha, you know that. He could do. He's done great though, hasn't he? So look, I don't think you need to rush to make that move. Let's just say that. But De Bruyne is the better option for me. Chilwell, James, Lamptey, Soufal, Mitchell, transfer or play 3. I mean, I'd probably just play Chilwell, James, and Soufal to be honest. Wouldn't transfer any of them out. Joe Pickford, De Bruyne or Vardy, captain Vardy. Werner to Vardy, is it a trap saving the free transfer? Oh yeah, I answered that one, didn't I? Boom, there we go. Sorry, apologies for missing some. My bad. How are the price changes looking tonight? I don't know to be honest, I've not looked. You can check them at FPL statistics. I believe you should leave Rashford. Your love for Man United will destroy you. I disagree with that completely. Like I literally only got Rashford in because Rodriguez got injured. If he hadn't got injured, I wouldn't have Rashford. And I'm not keeping him because I think he's an amazing option. Again, I just have other stuff to do. I just feel like keeping Rashford ahead of Son could backfire. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just playing the fixtures. Why do you have Rashford over Bruno? Because I already had Rashford in it. I couldn't afford Bruno at the time. What would you think about James? Are we talking about James Rodriguez? We need to keep putting Reece James or putting Rodriguez, I think. Am I transferring Lamptey out? No, because I mean after this week he's got Southampton at home, then Fulham away here, Sheffield United at home, West Ham away, Wolves. I'm telling you, Lamptey's getting an 18-pointer sometime this season. I need to see it. I need to see it when he's in my team. Jota, Chilwell and Fernandez rising tonight. Oof. I think the thing to remember about Bruno Fernandes is, like saying, why don't I have Bruno? Let's be honest. Like most people have Bruno. Sorry, a lot of people have Bruno. Not everyone, but a lot of people have him because Salah tested positive. If Salah was fit this week, not as many people would have Fernandes. So, I mean, that's the same reason I don't have him, because I got Rashford in. He was going to be my captain for West Brom right, for a few weeks. It just so happens that Salah gets test positive and everyone can bring Fernandez in much easier. Rashford with 3 points against West Brom. What makes you think he would do any better against any other teams? Well, like I could say the same thing about Fernandez. He only got a penalty. What if he gets no penalty in the next game? Like if he didn't get that penalty, he only gets 3 points. So what if he gets no penalty in the next game? Is he going to get 3 points as well? Do you know what I mean? Just because the player gets 3 points in one game doesn't mean they're going to get 3 points in every game for the rest of the season. Like it's like Son, I'm sure you would say Son is brilliant. Well, he only got 3 points against West Brom. I don't think people like massively side him off the back of that, you know. Bruno captain again next week. It's an away match. Yeah, a lot of people will captain him because he got that penalty. I don't think a lot of people. I don't think a lot of people would have thought about captaining him. Again, it's just all falling into place. I said that last week. Like 17 points, Salah getting COVID, West Brom, bam. Yeah, okay, fair enough. We do get a lot of penalties. This is my team from last week. Boom. Bruno should have had 2 assists. Yeah, and Rashford should have scored. Like you can Bruno could have had 2 assists. You're right. So your plan ahead means you shot yourself in the foot for this 1 week. Yes. But I mean, I could have brought Fernandez in. I made a mistake. Job done. It happens, you know. I'm living in Galway. Calvin will get 3 bonus. Yeah. don't think it's coming yet. Looking like wildcarders didn't do too well this week. Bruno, Chilwell aside, most have flocked to City, Villa, Vardy, drop Liverpool defence. Yeah, but I guess if you wildcarded this week, you're planning ahead. Like, you don't bring Vardy in against Liverpool expecting points, but you do bring him in ahead of Fulham and expect lots of points. If you don't have Liverpool assets or Vardy, who are the best captain options? Well, I guess Man City is probably next. Who else? I'm just checking the fixtures a sec. Where art thou? Where art thou fixtures? Yeah, Vardy. Yeah, I think just I'd say De Bruyne, something like that. De Bruyne or Sterling, I guess, if you've got him. Which I don't think most people have got Sterling, but yeah, De Bruyne potentially. But I don't know. He's my captain currently. I think like I showed that just a minute ago. Yeah, he is my captain currently, but I'm not entirely happy about it. Yeah, Bruno as well is not bad. I think yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to go through the whole Bruno thing. There's no point. I mean, his goal threat was still poor, wasn't it? Outside of the penalty, but again, he got a penalty. He just keeps getting points, so I can't argue against him. If you've got Bruno and you want to captain him, no issues at all. But I still think Vardy and Liverpool are miles ahead. Do I think Bruno could lose penalties after missing a few? No, I don't think so. I think if he was going to lose them, like there was in my mind, I was half thinking, is he going to even take the second one? Because that is like second or third he's missed now. But he's obviously backing himself, or the team are backing him, whatever, or the manager's backing him, I should say. So yeah, I think he definitely keeps penalties. I wouldn't be worried about that. Bamford average is not. I wouldn't worry too much about home and away form and stuff. The thing is, like, no one analyses. You can't really analyse home and away this early on, right? So, like, you're mentioning Bamford again. We kind of done this already, but hello. I think we're back. I think we're coming back. Let's see. No, we've gone again. Oh, it's such a joke. Absolute joke. I think it's coming back. Oh, I hate this internet. Once again, if anyone works for Open Air, please get in contact with me and tell me why you've done the rest of my estate and not my house. Please let me know that. I'm back. Okay. Good job I didn't swear then. Felt like it. What happened there? We must have just got like a slight disconnect or something. I don't know. It might be dying again. We might be about to die again. Anyway, I think... yeah, it's going right down now. I think I'm going to leave it there anyway because I think we've done quite a bit, right? We've done most of the questions I think we're going to go through now. So please do hit a like on the stream if you haven't already and hit subscribe. Quick shout out to all the patrons as well that sign up. Patreon.com/Let's Talk FPL. If you've not already checked this out, everyone that sign up goes up on the Patreon Legends wall. There's loads of benefits over there if you want to check it out. Link below. Big shout out to Anthony J, Evertonian26 and unsubscribe. Please don't do that, by the way. And Podrick F as well. So thanks very much for signing up. Time to move down the road and get 5. I literally could move 1, 2, 3 houses away and I'd have fibre. 3 houses away. Tommy, Werner and Bruno in or Bamford and De Bruyne? Werner and Bruno or Bamford and De Bruyne for me, I think. You froze just like the Man United defence. Hey, we got a massive clean sheet against West Brom. It's the angry Arsenal fans killing your internet. Might be. You need Syro. You can't get Syro where I am. It sucks. I'm telling you. All right, I'm gonna shoot off anyway. I think we have kind of done it. It's plus 10. Excuse me, it's 10 o'clock. So I'm gonna shoot off. Thanks very much for watching. Please do hit the like button if you've enjoyed it. Hit subscribe if you're new around here. Good luck for anyone that's got players tomorrow. Like I said, I haven't got anyone left, so fully expecting the rank to go down like another 10 or 20k, maybe even more if it's a really bad week. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with watch list, team selection coming up, game week preview, all that stuff. And I will catch you soon. Thanks for watching and thanks for bearing with me through this absolutely ridiculous internet.